We're going to give people time to get in the chat. Welcome on this lovely Monday. WrestleDream recap. We're going to get into WrestleDream recap all day today on this lovely Monday. Hey, Sean. Sean is always number one attendance in All Elite with Keeks. Shout out to Sean. My boys won this weekend. I don't know about you. I don't know about anybody else. Feel sorry for your team. But my team took the dub yesterday. It was good to see Zeke, but he was going down, and that's exactly what happened. So, shout out to them boys. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Um, we gonna get into some AEW WrestleDream. We're gonna recap WrestleDream. Great pay-per-view. I give it a 9.5. But we'll get all into that. They ain't winning this Sunday. I'm pretty sure we don't care who it is. We're ready. Okay. But anywho, y'all, we're gonna get into some WrestleDream recap today. WrestleDream, like I said, I give it a 9.5, but of course, I'll talk about it further. We'll get into that conversation today. Now pre-show, I'm not going to break down any pre-shows. You've seen the pre-show. We saw Athena, we saw Keith Lee, we saw Josh Barrett, and he sounds like a very nice guy, by the way. His voice, like I expected something, a mean type voice, but then he started talking. I was like, oh, he seems like a guy that you can walk and talk with to the store or something. He has a nice, pleasant voice, soothing voice. Crazy. We saw Claudio, Moxley on commentary and stuff. We saw some great things in the pre-show. The pre-shows is always free. It's on YouTube, on the AEW page, and then of course, after the pre-show, pre-show it sets off how the tone of the entire pay-per-view will be, and they just give people opportunities to be on the card that's not on the main card. So gotta appreciate the pre-shows. We ain't seen pre-shows in a minute, especially in wrestling. So they bringing back the whole concept of pre-shows. Pre-shows is usually, who to look forward to or testing out and, just fun booking. That's what it's about. So appreciate those pre-shows. They're not just there for no reason, okay? All right, so we're going to get into the main card of WrestleDream, okay? So, yes, WrestleDream, like I said, it was a wonderful time. It was in Seattle. And we're going to get into the first match, the opening match. It was the 2-on-1 handicap match for the ROH Tag Team Championship. It was The Righteous, which I like, versus MJF. Of course, it was a handicap match, Dean, because, Adam Cole is out. He has to have ankle surgery, apparently. So he is on crutches. He is out. So he's injured. So, but the title must go on. That's what MJF said. So that's what ended up happening. So MJF was there by himself, and he came out to kind of cover his name because on Dynamite what ended up happening was at the end of the promo with Jay White and MJF, somebody attacked Jay White backstage, and they was wearing the devil's mask. Usually, what MJF wearing, like his little alter ego or whatever, his alter character. He is the devil. He calls himself the devil. Somebody had his mask on, and a group of people was jumping Jay White. So the mystery is that. But what makes it, special this match in particular, because the Righteous promos is clues. They give out hints towards the storyline. They keep saying like the thin line between their bromance is the ROH tag titles, but it's also more than that. It's still like a as you can see, MJF is kind of carrying the load for Adam Cole while Adam Cole is out. And then match was good. It was a nice little handicap match. Like I said, I am the fan of the Righteous. They're really good wrestlers. I like the gimmick. White people is not, when they have dreads, it look a mess. But for some reason, his dreads, they look clean, they look neat. It works for him. Great match, like I said. I tolerated, I'm not the biggest MJF fan in the world, but I can't deny his in-ring work. He's a great in-ring wrestler. I give him that. I give credit to where credit's due. Okay, so on top of that, though, we had that happen. And then, of course, I will bring up Collision's promo that the Righteous did. They basically knew that they was losing this match because they called MJF a coward. They said the devil is coward and he's fooling us. And that's what ended up happening. He took the pin. His foot was on the ropes. It wasn't a very face thing to do. It was very still heelish. So, in a cowardly way, MJF took the win. So it's something, they're probably still not done with the Righteous, because the Righteous is kind of like they telling you the story, like they giving you the story beforehand. So keep watching the promo and rewind and see, because I feel like the answers there is not too far fetched on who's doing it. Me personally, I feel like it is shit. Name can't even come to me right now. You know who I'm talking about? Roderick Strong. Yeah, Nick Man. I feel like it's him. Or it might be Adam Cole plot twist. I don't know. Okay. So, like I said, MJF retains the ROH Championship tag titles. And the story goes on. We'll see where it goes from here. Okay. So, after that match, the second match that ended up happening at WrestleDream, of course, it was a tribute. Oh, yeah, the tribute to Antonio Inoki was beautiful. Rest in power to him. And I forgot to mention that they did open up the show the pre-show honoring Antonio Inoki. So I apologize for that. When I thought of oh. But yeah, so another tribute match, like the second match, it was for winner take all again with the ROH Championship and also the Open Weight Championship. It was Eddie Kingston. Hey Eddie. It was Eddie Kingston versus Shibata. And like I said, this was a great match between Eddie Kingston. This is probably one of my favorite Eddie Kingston match. For his size, people like to think that Eddie Kingston, because he looks the way he does, he's not able to wrestle, but he is a really good strong style wrestler, as you saw yesterday against Shibata. And Shibata was phenomenal, per usual. Shibata was trained by Antonio, so it was a beautiful match. Loved it. The chops was crazy. I felt them in my chest. Unbelievably, it was crazy. The chops was crazy, and both of their chests was red. Shibata's real tannish, light brown complexion, Asian brown, and you still saw the red in his chest. That's how intense it was. And every time I see Shibata wrestle, I'm grateful, because if y'all know that he was out and he almost died. We almost lost Shibata. So every time I see him in the ring, I just appreciate it. I am grateful to it. I'm just man, we almost lost this man. And he's wrestling like crazy. He's having a crazy run. And AEW is doing a great job with, showcasing Shibata, because the love that he also, Eddie Kingston took the win. But afterwards, he let Shibata get his moment in the ring and stuff like that. And you can see how humble and grateful he is Because like I said, he was out. Shibata is what comes up in the dictionary when you look up strong. Yes. Yes. Shibata been more comfortable. Yes, he has. He wrestles like now that I can trust these guys, because that injury that he had is very, very scary. Because like I said, we almost lost him. So he's comfortable, and you can tell he trusts who he trusts, because he don't wrestle like that with everybody, but in his way, you can tell who he trusts the dance with. Okay. But yeah, it was a great match between Eddie Kingston. He ends up winning the match. Um, Gratefully so. He's on this great ROH championship reign, to bring more viewership to ROH. And it's working. So keep it up. Eddie Kingston deserved this. Y'all love Eddie, so make sure y'all support Eddie at ROH on the programs if it's booked and stuff like that. So support him. Moving on to the next match, we had the 4-way for the AEW Tag Team qualification match. It was the Young Bucks versus Lucha Brothers versus the Guns versus Hook and Orange Cassidy. Okay. You cannot go wrong with a tag match when you have two main rivals like Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers was in the same, like I've said it on Twitter yesterday. Lucha Brothers and Young Bucks are a great rivalry. Like, that's my favorite rivalry from the Young Bucks is Lucha Brothers. Like, they just go hand in hand. They know each other's move. They know how to counter each other. They just You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. And then of course you can't go wrong. You have Orange Cassidy, then you have Hook, and then you have the Guns. And I can say that the Guns have very, 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 they're improving each time. One of them is a little slightly better than the other. I get their names mixed up. It's the one that don't look like Billy Gunn. The one that looks like Billy Gunn is not that good in the ring, but his brother is. So it wasn't bad. Like, their encounters wasn't bad. They was doing their job as a heel. Hey, Smart. So yeah, and Young Bucks end up winning. Now, Ray Phoenix was out. I think he hurt himself. But it looks like he's okay because he's booked for Dynamite. But he was out for that match, and Penta held it down. It wasn't shit to Austin. Thank you. It wasn't shit to Penta. So he's just like, you know what, fuck it. Shout out to his gear too. Excuse me, y'all. Shout out to his gear. He had like red stones. His shit was shining, and he had the all red. Penta be putting that shit on. But the match was great. Young Bucks end up winning. And shout out to the Elite. The match was great, but I'm not gonna lie, I just think the wrong people won in this one. No. We're going for part 3 of FTR versus Young Bucks, so it makes sense. We don't want a Guns tag team title reign. They can't even get a merch to sell right now. Only the Bang Bang Gang, like them as a 4, but people still haven't received the Guns as a tag team yet. They're not quietly over. They're only over if Jay White is involved. I'm just speaking facts. I'm just keeping it honest, bro. Okay, they'll get there, but it's just not right now. So that will be the reaction that when they had the match against FTR and stuff like that, it didn't do well. Okay, people didn't watch it like they were supposed to. They only received the fans because of the intro, and then after the intro, and that is not receiving anymore. Like they trying. That's why they're with Jay White and them now. They trying to get to that point. Like, we could tolerate them, but hey, Lyric. But yeah, so the Elite, rightfully so. It's like Graham said the other day. Graham said It's about time the Elite won. Damn it, I need them to be back selfish. Like, yeah, it's the Bucks time. The Bucks has been very, very, very grateful. Like, they've been very, very nice. But look how the tag team division has been since they haven't had the belts. And me personally, I feel like the Acclaim lost it too early, but we knew why they had to lose because now you know who our current tag team champions are. But we gonna be honest about their reign soon enough because yeah, it's time for them to get the belts off and give it back to the Bucks to add more. I ain't gonna say no prestige because FTR is good wrestlers, but yeah, okay. So the Elite, shout out to the Elite gang that's in the chat. The Elite, the Super Kick Party. So they end up winning that match. So we're gonna move on to the next match. This match was really, really good, y'all. It was Swerve Strickland versus Adam Page. Really, 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 really great match between Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. This is the best match I've seen Swerve do. Probably one of my favorites of the year. And Adam Page, you know, the crowd wasn't on his side, so he played the heel role nice because he's been a heel before. I wouldn't mind seeing him a heel. Adam Page just shout out to the ladies. The ladies were screaming for Adam Page, but the men was just hating. They was booing and shit. But the ladies, because Adam Page is a man. That's a man. Adam Page looks like he will kill a bear for you, make you a sandwich, start a fire, take off his shirt, probably wrestle another bear, go fishing. Yes. That's a man. As a man, why you don't look like Adam Page? Like, he looked like he would build you a house. He would go out in the woods and cut down trees, build you a house, wrestle a bear, go fishing. We not hating, but it's Swerve's time. But he's not super kicking an alligator. He don't have to super kick an alligator. He can just punch an alligator and it's over with. That's a man. Lyric, you better. Was Adam Page in? No, Adam Page wasn't in the scrum. If Adam Page was in the scrum, I'll choke up. I wouldn't know what to say. I'll start stuttering. I'll be I had a question. That's what I'll do. It's swear time, but Adam Page. Yes. Adam Page is still fine as hell. Mm-hmm. And then he was just like, he was just doing the heel shit, and I was just like, gosh. Shout out to the ladies. Ladies love Adam Page. And the gays and the non-binary. We just love us some Adam Page. We pull like just, and he's strong. I was already caught off guard seeing Kenny. But yeah, so Swerve and Adam Page. Swerve was beating his ass. Adam Page was beating it. Like, it was a great matchup, but Swerve ended up just tearing him up limb by limb. It was very, very poetic. Very poetic. And then he ended up doing the kill shot. Not once, but twice. Did the kill shot, did that other move, and 1, 2, 3. He ends up winning. The crowd goes crazy. The crowd was in, he had his hometown in the palm of his hands. Like, it was everything. It was beautiful. He deserved that moment. It was a non-title match, but it just felt like something. Like you can feel the new era. Like you could feel something different. Yes, the Mongols, like, you know, like I said, the Mongols was the greatest thing that happened to Brian Cage. We saw Khan, you know, he was part of the tag match, and they went against Jericho and Kenny Omega. That was a great match. Like, so the Mongol is, everybody that's in a Mongol is meant to be. Like, this is working. Because Brian Cage, even though Brian Cage loses, but Brian Cage still looks strong. That's most important, especially with a wrestler his size. That stuff is either a downfall or it's just like, eh. But this is working in Brian Cage's favor. So he's meant to be in this. It works for him. And it also works for Khan too. And his tag partner. It works for them too. And then of course, the crazy manager, Prince, you know, he be doing his little dance or whatever. It works. This works. It took patience. It took a little bit of, we need to switch it up, but it works. So we have a nice heel faction that's not that doesn't feel forced. So it felt like passing of the torch. Yeah. It's just like Adam Page giving his respect. Like, yeah, he has what it takes. And that's what we need. That's what we need. And just the whole thing, like the storytelling in that match was very, very dope. Like, Adam Page is, you know, he's really, really trying. He's getting beat down, but he's not giving up. He's not staying down. He's staying up, and he's just taking it and being a man, as he say, because that's a man. Do you still think they need a woman? Add Kiera Hogan on it. Add Kiera Hogan. She'll be perfect for that. Her attitude, you know, the way she wrestles, she can be ruthless. Add her into that. I would actually like to see that. And she can dress, and she's beautiful. Her hair stay laid. Yes, add her to that. I can see her with a shiesty mask on now. If you're listening, add Kiera Hogan to the Mongol. Yeah, it sounds very hard. Like, add her to it. You can do something with that. Add her to it, because her match with Julia was not bad at all. Why do you think Hangman should go from here after the match? Well, Hangman really don't have too much to prove, because you got to remember he is still the ROH Trios champion. So he most likely is just going to do his thing in ROH. You never know with Adam Page. Adam Page could do anything. It's probably more about gaining more viewership for ROH. So he's probably about to do some EP shit. So we just let him do his EP shit. I'm pretty sure when the time is right, it's ready for him to get back on. Because you remember, Adam Page is probably another one of the ones that barely took breaks since he got back. He's been ongoing. Like, if they needed him for something, he was there. So he just probably like, it's more about putting views on ROH, and then I do something here and there. So he probably just on his EP shit right now, because he is still a champion at ROH. Okay, so shout out to Swerve with that win. That was a win that's much needed, and he deserved that moment, the whole sheboing. Okay, then after that, to follow that match, you had Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta. they announced this on Collision or whatever. Now, it wasn't a bad match, but this match in particular, I feel like it could have been on Collision. It didn't have to be on WrestleDream. I understand why it was on WrestleDream, but it didn't have to be on WrestleDream. WrestleDream theme and is straight up Antonio Inoki. As you could tell, like with each match, it was some sort of tribute in a way, either in the moonset or the move set and or his creativity, things some in some form of fashion. Certain things was definitely translated to Antonio Inoki. This match, it didn't to me. I didn't see like I feel like he would like this match out of this match. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I just said I'm just like this is one of the matches that could have just been on Collision. It didn't necessarily have to be on the card. But you always need a breather from matches like, you know, Swerve and Eddie King, like the, you know, matches that had the crowd engaged. Even the women's match, which we'll get into later, you know, you always need a breather. So maybe why that's probably why they had that, you know. But I didn't get Antonio in this match. And which is fine, but we know that was to, like Sean said, this is a way to get Ricky on the pay-per-view. I get it. So that's why I'm not too much like, because I understood. I got it. Like, okay, let's get him on the pay-per-view. We got to keep our talent happy. So, not too much on that match. Next up, after that, of course, then we had Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson to see who is the technical wrestler, the better one. I love this technical wrestling match. It's been a while since I've seen a technical match in that manner. Okay. It was from top to bottom, like the way Zach will counter a submission and then Bryan Danielson would counter his, and it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know, Zack Sabre Jr. will fold you up like a pretzel. You wouldn't know that your body could go that far back, that far up, that far this way. It's crazy. And then for Danielson to come back from the injury that he had and doing a submission match in that manner, that just show you how insane he really is. Like because he had his injured arm in so many ways. So many ways. This was match of the year so far. Yes, it's definitely one of them, in my opinion. That match was for, I'm pretty certain Bret Hart. I said Bret Hart, y'all. Bret Hart will enjoy that match. I'm pretty sure he was like, no, that's how wrestling used to be. You know, he was like, they were like, that's wrestling. That's real wrestling right there. That's real wrestling. All the old school people that like technical wrestling was like, you could hear Taz. And then you had fucking Taz was tweeting away. And then you had fucking Moxley. You know, Moxley was on, like, everybody was into the match. Everybody was into the match from commentary. You saw the fans tweeting. I saw people that never really fully seen a technical match in that manner. They started to kind of get into it. Like, this is dope. Zack Sabre Jr., he's really, really good at that. And Bryan Danielson is probably, like I said, he's one of the best wrestlers in his generation. He could do everything. the way he was countering Zack Sabre Jr. stuff and had him, and then it was great. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Um, Danielson ended up winning, of course, but Danielson won in a non-technical way. So is he still the best technical wrestler if he had to use a strong style? There are rules, especially in technical wrestling. There are rules. Yes, he was. Yeah, he most likely probably got fined. Just and Tony Khan was in a good mood. He was like, "Fuck it, I'll pay for it." He was like, "Fuck it, whatever." It's Moxley. He was supposed to be booked. He's not. So yeah, so that was a great match. Brian Danielson, they definitely are going to do a part two. You could tell that's where it's headed. We'll probably get it in Japan for Wrestle Kingdom. Who knows? Who knows? And then plus we still got full gear, so who knows? Um, Danielson pulled up the dub. He tried to handshake Zack Sabre Jr. Zack just got at the ring. It's like fuck your handshake. I'm not. You have no honor. You had to cheat to win. You had to, do you didn't beat me in a technical way. So he don't respect it. So he's not giving him the handshake. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next match. Yeah, Nigel was all into it. The next match after that, it was the trios match. You had Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, and Ibushi versus Sammy Guevara, Takeshita, and Ospreay. Um, this was a great trios match. I did not care for Sammy being in this match though. Look at him. He looked like one of them dolls. I told y'all he looked like one of them. You squeeze and they eyes and shit. That's what he looked like. If you stare at him too long, that's what you're gonna see. Stare at this Sammy picture for like 5 seconds. If you're in the chat, just look at him. Like, why you look like that? Jesus. But yeah, I did not. Sammy didn't fit in. Like when they was walking out, that's why I kind of cropped only Osprey and Takeshita picture because I'm like, okay, these two they look fire as fuck with Don Callis. This motherfucker here don't fit in, and he's messing it up. What I tweeted the other day, Sammy Guevara's like Austin Theory for WWE. It's the same, it's the same shit. Like the bosses like them, they get to have opportunities with legends and good wrestlers and bring no type of aura to themselves. There is no aura between neither one. Just know how to flip. But I'm really trying. I like Jericho has tried. We're gonna see if Don Callis can try, but it's just not there. Like the match was good, but then when they tagged him in, I'm just like, this motherfucker don't fit in this whatever this is. Like, stop bullying us and showing Sammy like we don't want to see him. Why can't he be on paternal leave too? It just don't work. Like it don't work because my thing with Sammy, and I say it all the time, Sammy do not give people enough time to set up for the fucking bump. Like he just go. He's, as you say, he's a selfish wrestler. He only wrestles for himself. It's a team, like it's a dance, and every time, like when he does the moonsault, like he don't give nobody time to set up for the bump. Like he just go. And then these people have to run to it, and that's why I be looking sloppy half the time, because I'm like, bro, look back, do a quick look, make sure they set up, and then go to what you're doing. What he do? He don't do none of that shit. He look back and go. He has that, oh, well, they better catch me. And he ended up getting the damn, they gave him a pen or whatever. So Kenny and Ibushi and Jericho end up losing or whatever. Kenny is on a non-selfish run right now, so everybody suffers. He's being generous, Kenny. He's not, all the gold belts, Kenny, because people complained about it. And now he on a selfish run. People complaining about that. They want him to be back. Selfish is crazy. He can't win. What the dude say? He said, "Stop it, cleaner. I got this." Cleaner, I got this. So yeah. Ospreay wasn't, he was doing his thing, but he was holding back, because this trios match was more of trying to get Sammy over. Okay. It was more like to put Sammy on, but the thing is, it was just like, we don't care. Stop trying to force him on us. It's not working. Yes. Yuta pinning Kenny meant something. It was like, yeah, Yuta deserved that shit. He go hard. But Sammy is just like, bro. And then they try to force it. I'm just like, we don't care. Tony Khan, we get it, but no. How many times I got to see my GOAT Jericho run to a fucking bump just about? I'm tired. I'll be tired for him. You can see his face, like, the fuck? You're not giving me time. Kenny got to run and shit. Bushi's still trying to get the hang of shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is wrong with this dude? He don't give nobody time to say at all. Like, he just be going. They better catch me. The only one that could tolerate that type of shit was another maniac, Cody Rhodes. Of course, he liked to wrestle like that. But let me not spend too much time on that shit before I get mad. That stuff makes me mad. I hate wrestlers like that. Like, it's a teamwork, not of course they believe in you. They giving you some shit. Are you trying to say that, Pillar? No, he ain't. He's not. Sammy is the only one why I don't understand why they gave him that. Take Sammy out and at least Britt Baker is a pillar more than he is. Sammy is good. You must really hate his. No, it ain't got nothing to do with his ugly face. I've been fans of ugly wrestlers, but he does not give people time to set for the bump. That doesn't make you a good wrestler. That makes you ruthless. Like, you basically a stuntman. At least Jeff Hardy gave people time to set the fuck up. He don't. Like, you got pay this Wednesday. Pay attention to Sammy's wrestling. Just pay attention to it. It ain't even about the face, or I don't want him on TV. Just actually pay attention to Sammy's wrestling. And then pay attention to when he do this high fly style. Look at Jericho. Look at Jericho and look at Jericho's face. That's all I gotta say. Look at Jericho and then look at Sammy when he start doing that shit. Because you can see it on Jericho's face, like, this motherfucker still doing it. Like, why this? He is not listening. Look, just look. Look at the teacher and look at the student. Like, teacher got to run to the motherfucking set. Just pay attention. I'm telling you. Maybe he fixed it, but that's not what I saw yesterday. What I saw Jericho damn near about to fucking pass out to make sure he's at the right position so this motherfucker won't hurt himself. So, moving on. And then after that, you had the AEW Tag Team Championship match. FTR versus Aussie Open. I love me some Aussie Open. FTR did really good. In my opinion, Kyle Fletcher showed out in this match, in my opinion. Kyle Fletcher was on his shit. I love seeing Kyle Fletcher wrestle, and he's tall. They both tall. But yes, Kyle Fletcher was a star in this match. I don't know about y'all, but he stood out the most to me in this match. So FTR ends up retaining the AEW Tag Team Championship titles. This is not the last of Aussie Open. Just, they just got here. You got to keep that in mind. They're gonna give them the gold. Just give it time, y'all. I'm pretty certain they want them in a legitimate storyline. Especially for the tag team titles. You have to, y'all complain about that. Y'all don't want to keep getting these open challenges like what FTR was doing, because that shit didn't make sense. FTR was doing open challenges with tag titles. So I'm pretty sure they want to make the moment mean something for Aussie Open, just like they did for, the Lucha Brothers, and they did for Young Bucks and stuff like that. So, and the Acclaimed, and also Swerve and Keith Lee. Like, they wanted to just mean something. So just be patient. They're going to be right back in that title picture, and this time they're going to end up taking the gold. So that's what we want for Aussie Open. That's what's going to end up happening, okay? So let's just be patient with it. But yeah, Kyle Fletcher, in my opinion, stood out in this match. I really enjoyed Kyle Fletcher. I enjoy him a lot. What do you say? FTR, we breaking down to Zilla's wrist so they don't drop the belts. That's funny. And then the main events. Oh, I had some. And then the main event, we had the TNT Championship, 2 out of 3 falls. Darby Allin versus Christian. Christian was on one. Christian was on one, y'all. I was already happy because I'm just like, y'all, Christian is main eventing. Like, I was already happy that Christian was main eventing, y'all. Christian was on one. I feel sorry for Darby. Like, he was throwing Darby with your way, with your like, on the steel steps. That was crazy. That bump was crazy. Look at that. Like, he threw his ass. Get off me. Christian was tweaking. Like, he was on one. And then he kept trying to flirt with Nick Wayne's mama. And his mama is beautiful. That's a very beautiful lady. She looks good for her age. She's not an ugly woman at all. She's very beautiful. Shout out to Nick Wayne mama. But yeah, she was next to she couldn't believe what she was seeing. And Christian beating Darby's ass, and then he just like, damn, she bad. So he kept, going towards her, trying to shoot his shot, trying to shoot his game and stuff like that. It was funny. That added like his humor in this whole, I'm about to be your daddy, or I want your hot mom, I want your mom and shit like that. It's crazy. I love it. But a lot of things happened in this match. Nick Wayne, like, Darby was damn near dead. And then you have Christian jumping off the fucking ropes onto the stretcher. Darby was on the stretcher. Christian tearing up the ring to have it just wood. He did a sharpshooter, as you can see right here. Perfect sharpshooter. It was crazy. Christian was on one. He did a perfect sharpshooter on the wood. He taking bumps on the wood. Darby back. Darby ain't got no back. Okay, as far as I'm concerned. Christian ends up winning. He retains the TNT Championship. So all you people that was complaining, trying to figure out why the TNT Championship was main eventing, remember when y'all was saying the TNT Championship lacked lackluster. It don't mean anything anymore. They had to add that prestige back. And who better way to do it than adding Darby Allin? Because Darby Allin, when he's always in a TNT title picture, it means something. Like it adds that importance back on that belt. And then on top of it, main eventing for a pay-per-view. This is the second mid-card title that has pay-per-viewed for pay-per-view. Said it 3 times. But and Christian is the perfect person to have that with. So Christian main eventing, it was a great match. Like I said, Christian was on one. He was on one, y'all. Taking bump. Yeah, he said taking bumps on the wood. Pause. Yeah, taking bumps on the wood. And then of course, Nick Wayne came out. Nick Wayne ends up betraying Darby Allin. He remembered that Darby Allin took AR Fox back in. Sorry, y'all. Nick Wayne remembered that Darby forgave AR Fox. You know, I'm with Nick Wayne on this one. Like, because you was a little bit too forgiving and you trying to speak for me. No. He ends up hitting Darby Allin with the belt. And Christian smiling and shit. Like a proud dad. Like, I knew, like, we knew if you a fan of this show and you listen to this show, we've been talking about that this was going to happen. And it finally happened. So, we was already prepared for this to happen. And it happened. Okay? So, Nick Wayne ends up hitting Darby Allin with the damn belt. They end up jumping him. Sting comes out. We love seeing Sting. That's my icon. Sting comes out. Got to save his boy. But they end up beating him up. Luchasaurus came out and they end up beating up everybody. Everybody getting their ass whooped. And then lights cut off and shit. And, you know, we have that man showed up at AEW, Edge, aka Adam Copeland. So I have to cope with this shit. Adam Copeland is in AEW, y'all. All the AEW fans was happy and everybody was just cheering away and stuff, and I'm just sitting here because, as y'all know, I didn't want him there, and he's there, so I'm just like, trying to cope. He there, he showed up. Everybody's happy. That was the worst shit I ever seen. Sting and Adam Copeland end up shaking hands and shit. And the crowd go, because y'all cheer for every fucking thing. So y'all was happy. Y'all was happy about it and shit. And I'm just like, look at them. They just rejoicing and shit. I see what WWE Garrett be talking about. I see exactly what he be talking about. Jobber Nation and them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, so we ain't gonna take too much time on that. That shit happened. Everybody was happy. Woohoo. Yay. I'm happy for y'all. All y'all. I'm happy for y'all. Okay? Everybody's in Copeland. Shout out to Adam Copeland. Copeland. Shout out to Edge Copeland. Adam. He showed up with a mohawk and shit. And everybody was just happy. He showed up with the same song and shit. No, I don't. I'm not. No, I don't. He came in and ruined my night. The pay-per-view was doing so good. Then he got a leather jacket on. Oh my god. You gotta. What the hell is an Adam Copeland? What the hell is an Adam Copeland? Like that shit sound Adam Copeland on purpose. Like that's crazy. Adam Copeland. What the hell is the Adam Copeland? What? And then Beth Phoenix just let him leave. I blame her. I blame her. I gotta blame somebody for this. I'm blaming her. This is all Cody Rhodes' fault. Everything is all his fault. Okay? Triple H get him because everything is his fault. Okay, this is all his fault. It's a mystery. It's Adam Copeland. I'm gonna blame him. It ain't MJF. It's him. That's who's doing it. She already in WWE. Remy, we talked about that last week. We ain't on that. We on this bullshit right here. We on Adam Copeland. We're on Adam Copeland right now. Okay. That's what I'm saying. They're like, can't they take him to court? I feel like why he ain't have to wait 90 days and everybody else do? That's the script. If you listening to this, that's discrimination. Y'all need to do something about that. That couldn't be me. Fight back. Do something. You can get them back. Do something. Triple H, y'all do what y'all care about the competition. Do something. Fight back. Because I feel like, why he don't got 90 days? If I'm a wrestler, I want to know why Edge don't got 90 days, but we do. No, not Tony Khan. Edge. Adam Copeland needs to be charged with a RICO. That's who needs to be charged with a RICO around here is him. Top dollar. Malik, I got it right here. Okay? Don't piss me off, okay? I'm already trying to cope land. I gotta move on, y'all. I gotta move on. Okay, so let's get into women business, y'all.
This is what you need to do. You need to stay out of women business.
Women business. Yes, we had a match on the card for WrestleDream, and it was for the TBS Championship. It was Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart. And baby, when I tell you this was a great match between the two, Julia Hart was really good in this match. She did really good. Chris Statlander did an amazing job. She brought the best out of Julia Hart. Very close match. It could have went either way. The crowd was engaged in the match. They both looked strong. On one end, people was going for Julia. On the other, they was going for Chris. Chris ended up fucking her up by giving her a tombstone and all this other shit. Like, it was a great, great match between the two girls. A great match. So yeah, great match between the two. And I like Julia Hart when she came out with the red. That works for her. So we have our female Undertaker, and I like it. I like this for Julia. Julia is about to be bound for, she's a star. This works. And then, of course, having her paired up with Brody King it works. It works. And then, of course, we're in the era of Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's Division. Chris Statlander, in my eyes, that's our rightful champion. That's the face of this division. So, yes, we're still stuck with one match a card. But this is leading into the right direction because it had a story. You saw the build, you saw the promo, and the match delivered, and the crowd was into the match. This is leading off in the right direction for the new era. So yes, we still want more women's on the card, but the one that we do, the one we have, the one a week, let's keep supporting them so they can see that we are supporting them. We are engaging with this. We are invested with it, because it's one thing to have a Twitter outrage about it, but it's another that is showing in black and white. And as of lately, it's been showing in black and white every time, especially when Chris's books. Julia demos did really good. Britt Baker is going to always do good. Like, they started to find their footing on which woman is people watching, and they start to see that. So we have to, the one that we have, the one, come through for the one, okay, until we get two, because then we'll have to come through for the two. We can't just come through the one and then lose focus. We have to keep coming through for these ladies, okay? So keep on, keep engaging and keep being invested in these women matches. We see in the demo chart, like, they're not the lowest anymore. Like, they're not one of the lowest anymore. So let's keep doing what we're doing. We off to a great start because we came through for the ladies for the past 2 weeks. We got to keep that up. It's going to take time, but we got to keep it up. Buy their merch too. I've been seeing a few ladies on the merch, and good. We got to keep it up. So then the network see it, then Tony Khan could take it seriously. I'm pretty sure he does, but the thing about a network, if it's not hitting, because y'all have to remember when AEW did first start, especially on TNT, they used to have two, and it wasn't getting the support, so they dropped it down to one, and even the ones was fluctuating still. And then now, like I said, this year, for the past 2 weeks, which started last month, it's been consistent. Chris Statlander is the one. Julie Hart, now they're saying she's the one. We know Britt Baker is. Tony Storm is still fluctuates. Willow Nightingale is still fluctuates. Ruby Soho is still fluctuates. Like, we have to be consistent. Even if you don't like, this don't make sense, still watch it. Gotta still watch that shit. So that way we can have the two. It's only one because it fluctuates. It gotta be there. Unfortunately, we in America. We already know how America deems women. We're not humans. We're objects. That's just what it is. I hate that it's like that as a woman, especially a black woman, but that's how they view us, especially in sports, especially in wrestling. They're objects. And if they want to be on TV, we need sex appeal. Okay, so that's just how it is. You see, Rhea is always booked, and it has nothing to do with her wrestling. She has the sex appeal. Jade Cargill, they pushing her. Why? She has the sex appeal. It has nothing to do with her in-ring. It has a lot to do because she looks the part. So that's just how it is. So we have to keep supporting the ladies, whether we like it or not. That's why some of them look sexy with their gear. That's why some of them should be up to their ass cheeks, so you can see the ass cheeks, so y'all can at least look. That's why some of them do what they, that's why some of them have to do a little bit, so y'all can watch at least. And so Women Business of the Week, it goes to both of them. They setting out the new direction for the new era. Supply. We gotta exceed the demand. We really do. We have to. But yeah, I'm giving it to both ladies this month. Not this month, but this week. Women Business, Women of the Week is both Julia and Chris. Did an amazing job. Kudos to them. They starting off like I said, the new era of the women's division in the right direction. Because we end up having 2 stars. One, Julia Hart has become a star. and getting better in ring wise. And Chris Statlander, she built that TBS championship to add prestige to the women's division. So it means something. Not saying it didn't mean nothing before, but it means something this year. So, and that's it for my women business of the week. Now, I'm finna continue on my Edge rant, but today was very, very funny. So for y'all, we gonna read out these motherfucking tweets, okay? This shit is funny. Put the first one up, so let's read and laugh together. He said, if I'm WWE, I would seriously consider removing Edge from the Hall of Fame ASAP. He said ASAP. Womp, 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 womp. Yeah, womp, womp, womp. Let's read the second one. And then you have the dude with the LeBron James, Abby, mind you. No room for traitors. Now, I say this as a King James fan, but you saying that as with a King James on your Abby and you saying no room for traitors, that shit is funny as the fuck, okay? Then you had this dude say, y'all crazy for not seeing that both companies are thriving right now. Oh, okay, Ace Daddy got some sense. Shout out to Ace Daddy. Ace Daddy got some sense. Let's read the next one, y'all. If he joins AEW, he'll be the biggest traitor in wrestling history. Traitor of what? Traitor of what? He'll be the biggest traitor. This shit funny. Let's read the next one, y'all. I know y'all laughing. Y'all should laugh. Edge, you lost my respect, Edge. Then he does the side face. And then Lucas said, good luck, Edge. We lost a hero today. He died? Did he die? We lost a hero. A hero of what? I love Paw Patrol. Okay, so that's great. That's great. Let's read this next one. This is funny. What your WWE Hall of Fame, bro? Why you go to AEW? Damn, Jermaine Rand, Cope. Then you had AC Irontron 22. He say, damn, my guy really left the majors to go play with some jobbers in the minors. Best of luck. Damn, I guess Bryan Danielson is a jobber. He is a jobber. They lost a hero. They done call him a traitor. He don't need to have his Hall of Fame anymore. Let's read some more, y'all. This is crazy. Not the first time when your favorite heroes betray you. Damn. And then it got 1,118 likes. That is crazy. Betray you? How? How? Betray you? What's the next one? Adam Copeland, FKA Edge, stabs WWE in the back and joins AEW. He gave y'all 25 years, and look how they treat him, y'all. Look how they treat him. Let's read the next one. Is that that's the last one? Let me read mine. I think I got one on the phone, y'all. I'm gonna read this one out to you. Hold on. Then this dude he said, Edge leaving WWE is like when my mom divorced my father on his deathbed. If you haven't left yet, why do it now? He said it's like my mom divorced my father on his deathbed. He com- that shit is wild. Then you had one dude. He say the WWE. He quotated this because I guess that's what he said in the interview. He quotated that Edge said the WWE is my dream job. Nothing could ever possibly top that final night in Toronto. And then he said Copeland last month, truly remarkable how money can change your opinions. They're going crazy. They are going crazy. Let me see. Let me see, y'all. Cause let me tell you, it was a bunch of wild shit. And then of course that girl today went viral because she was crying and she was talking about she hates AEW and she feel like Edge betrayed her childhood or some shit. That shit is crazy. It's wrestling. Y'all got a Copeland. Y'all got a Copeland. I got a Copeland. So y'all got a Copeland. Y'all think I was happy? No. And then let me tell you today, you know, you had some AEW fans that was talking shit about him and then they happy that he's there. It was on both sides and I saw it too. But then they trying to search tweet my shit and then accidentally like it and unlike it shit. I'm like, you're not gonna find anything because I'm still keeping that same energy. Why you think people was mentioning me yesterday? I wasn't happy. I didn't like it. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I want him to stay home. Remy, we ain't talking about that no more. We talking about Edge now. Okay. We talking about Adam Copeland right now. Women business is over on this show. I said what I said about women business, and okay, we're talking about Adam Copeland right now. And Adam Copeland, um, now he said on the media scrum, he finally feel free. Free from what? Because I'm like, you you was winning every fucking thing. You won Royal Rumble twice since you came back. They let you have two moments. You got to fight Roman Reigns or whatever. You had a whole, you was booked all the time when you had that damn reign was set. And then you formed a faction, the Judgment Day, which is the emo bloodline. I don't understand what the free, like, what does he mean, feel free? Like, and I was trying to figure it out, but I'm like, feel free from what? What you free from what? You was getting, this is one person that I can say, like, I get, you want to still be booked correctly or you want to still be booked a certain way and stuff like that. And I'm just like, they gave you that. They let you be Sheamus for crying out loud. You beat AJ Styles. You beat Seth like twice. You won Royal Rumble twice since you came back. Yes. So I'm trying to understand, free from what? Because if anything, you was getting everything handed to you. Like, if you wanted it, you got it. So I'm not understanding the free pour. Now I will say, I will give credit when credit is due. If he comes over here and he's wrestling a little bit different, not too rehearsed, not too entertainment wise, because that's why. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, okay, because people want to know why I'm not an Edge fan. Okay, it's not like I dislike Edge. I prefer him better in the tag division than I ever did his solo career. If you know me, y'all know I love in-ring wrestling. I'm not a, they have to have a good character. They have to have this. You can sell me by how you wrestle in that ring. Not gimmick move set, but yo in-ring wrestling. I'm an in-ring wrestling person because I was a WCW fan. The cruiserweight division. It won me over. That's why I like the wrestling style that I do. So Edge has always been acceptable with me in the tag division. I cannot knock his contribution to the tag division at that time because yes, he was great as a tag team with Christian. Now his solo run, I never could register. Like every time I tried, I was just like, he's just not doing it for me. I was always a Christian fan. Since 98, I've always preferred Christian more. Like I was just like, it's something about him. I like him. And then when I seen his in-ring work, now that you're an adult, go back and look at the Edge of Christian matches and you see which person was in the ring prior to the other. Because Christian always had more in-ring time with the sequences because Christian was a better wrestler. Edge just was the look. Edge was the superstar. He had everything. It just never registered with me. Like I'm just like, I don't get it, but they probably get it. I just don't. Even when he was a heel, even with the leadership, I was just like, I just don't get it. Every time. When John Cena had the fuse with him, I'm just like, why is John Cena? Why they forcing John Cena to have a feud with him? Like that's how I was. I was just like, I just don't get it. I don't get it with this guy. I never could get it. I just could not get it. And I don't take away what he provided during the Ruthless Aggression era, especially for SmackDown. He was one of the heels for SmackDown. I give him that. I give credit to what credit's due. It just didn't register with me. You might say that not Christian, but Edge was probably one of the best SmackDown heels in the Ruthless Aggression era. I'm gonna tell you, it was JBL. I'm just saying, because it didn't register with me with him. JBL, on the other hand, I was like, it makes perfect sense. He looked like a fucking racist, but he can wrestle his ass off. Christian, shit, I keep saying Christian. Edge is more this, I look good. I'm a bad boy. I'm an asshole. I get that. I've seen that before, though. We've seen it before. What makes you any different? And you're not that good looking, honestly, in my opinion. Like, I'm just like, why does Vince think he's handsome and Christian's not? Christian is handsome. That's the handsome one. If Vince was gay, he would have a horrible taste in men. The way that he thinks certain men are attractive. He thought Triple H is attractive. No, he's not. No. The one that's attractive is Test. It was always Test to me. I was just like, no, you got the wrong one, the wrong blonde. He looks better than him. But yeah, Vince his type is ugly. He has an ugly type of men. So that's why I'm not an Edge fan. I get that y'all like him and stuff like that. It just never registered with me. Okay, I never got it. But yeah, people are being very weird about this. Y'all knew, y'all saw the rumors. Everybody saw the rumors. He did admit that his contract was ending. He said that he's ready to wrestle different people. Also, new faces, old faces. He's ready. Like I said, I will give him credit when credit is due, but don't expect me to be a fan, because I'm not. I'm not going to be a fan. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to be, okay, I'm a fan. No. I'm not. I'm going to just be like, he did really, really good, and keep it moving. I know he's been wanting to wrestle Kenny Omega, but I just don't. I don't think it's going to go like he think. Okay, that's just my opinion. He's trying to make up for the times that he's lost. I respect it. From the neck injury, I respect it, but I have to see it to believe it. I have to see it to believe it, because he's wrestled 25 years a certain style, a certain way. It's going to be hard to kind of adapt the 25 years of you doing that to keep up. I know y'all probably be like, well, Jericho before WWE, he was at ECW, Canada, Mexico, Japan. He's used to that. He can switch it up. He could do that. Edge, he did the indie thing, WCW, WWE. That's it. All it was. Christian, on the other hand, is the same way, but then he had TNA, NWA. He tried that, and that's how he became better. He was already good, but TNA and all of that made him better. That's my own thing. I'm like, is he able to keep up? You've been wrestling one way for 25 years. That's a long time. He's not ready for no Kenny Omega. He's not ready for a Kenny Omega. I don't know if he thinks, he's probably like looking at matches that Kenny done have with Jeff Jarrett and stuff like that. Like, okay, I can do that too. Jeff Jarrett been everywhere too. Most of these people here has wrestled everywhere. They haven't wrestled at one spot consistently. They came from the indie background. They came from different promotions. They was hopping from promotion, and adapted. AEW is strong on adapting. Are you able to adapt to this fast style type wrestling that they're doing over here? Bryan Danielson, he can adapt. Moxley, he can adapt. He learned to adapt. Are you willing to learn to adapt to the younger talent that you're facing, and also the talent that you've always wanted to face? He wanted that. Yes, he did. He wanted that AJ. Yeah, he's not ready. Samoa Joe, like on the scrum, he said he wants to wrestle. Like, he named Swerve, he named Kenny Omega, he named Adam Page, I believe. He was naming some people, and I'm just like, wait a minute, pump your brakes. AEW don't do gimmick type matches, and then if they do gimmick type matches, it's by the book. If you want to do a Texas Death Match, it's going to be a Texas Death Match. You want a 2 out of 3 falls, it's going to be a 2 out of 3 falls. That's what like, people like, I want him to be booked right. No, you need to be concerned and make sure that he can adapt correctly. What you think? Yeah, he had a match with Rey Mysterio, but you're facing WWE Rey Mysterio. You're not facing You not facing fucking shit. My contact. You not racing fucking Lucha Underground, Rey Mysterio. You talking about I like seeing the Bandito Penta, sir. No, it's not gonna go how you think. You have to adapt to them in order for it to be a great match. You have to adapt to them. So that's my only concern that I have of Adam Copeland is he able to adapt to AEW's roster, because it's different type of fighters in AEW. You have the strong style, you have the high flyers, you have the in-ring, like you have different type of talent, and they are allowed to wrestle their styles. Are you able to adapt their style? Like he said in a media scrum, it reminds me of my indie days. You wasn't in your indie days that long. You wrestled 25 years in one place. In one place. You just got done having your last match in WWE, for goodness sake, and that was this summer. And you jumped to AEW talking about you ready to wrestle this person, this person, this person. It's going to be an interesting few months to see if you can adapt to these people in order for us to see that, okay, maybe I will be woman enough to say, okay, I was wrong. He can wrestle. I'm still not going to be a fan, though. I got to stand my pride. I'm prideful. I got to stand on my 10 toes. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Y'all have y'all dream matches in fantasy booking with Edge. I don't. I got to see first. I'm gonna give him 3 months. If I don't like what I'm seeing in 3 months, I'm saying something. I'm gonna give him 90 days. He got 90 days to be like, for me to be like, okay, he's trying. At least he's trying. I'm gonna say trying. That's nice on my end. So 90 days. I need to see trying. I give him trying. If I don't see it in 90 days, I probably will pop off the narrative. Okay? I probably will pop it off. So 90 days, Adam Copeland, you have to win Keeks over. Because he unblocked me, y'all. This is a start. He unblocked me from Twitter. So this is a start. He knows that, okay, if all Elite with Keeks like it, then I'm doing a good job. I know. All right, so AEW Wrestler of the Week, WrestleDream card, I'm giving it to Swerve Strickland for this pay-per-view. Wonderful job. He was over. Chris, clean. He wrestled with confidence. He had a great media scrum too, by the way. And shout out to Lyric, because she asked him a very important question. And he answered it. He also put DeFi wrestling. We saw the DeFi chants. We heard the DeFi chants. And he was just like I've been saying, y'all can't just be rooting for people and y'all don't show up when it's time to show up. So that's what he was saying also in the media scrum, as far as indie wrestlers. It's a lot of talented indie wrestlers, and everybody want their opportunity, but it's up to the fans and also these dirt sheets and all these other people to put specific people over. Because now we're starting to see, my boy Bounty Keith, his name is out there, and that was more of his work, and he keep getting retweeted and stuff like that because people was supporting him, and he in the scrum they was talking about him really well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see him sign or him in ROH, they mentioned Bounty Keith a lot. So, um, but yeah, I'm giving it to Swerve Strickland. Tony Khan, he talked about this is going to be the new era of AEW. We're in a new direction. I'm pretty sure it's like with leadership and having meetings. They've been having a lot of meetings with the talent as of lately. They just want to make sure everybody's on one accord. If you want to be here, stay here. If you don't want to be here, just let me know. I will put you in the back. I will put these other people in the front. He said in the media scrum that we're not going to always see Kenny Omega. Also, he said it as well. Like, you're not going to keep seeing me be booked or Chris Jericho be booked like the same people. They're going to start rotating. So that means all the people that y'all keep saying that y'all wish, had an opportunity, this is going to be your time to show out and show up for them. They're going to start rolling because they starting to get their numbers in the roster. So you have to rotate. That's the Paul Heyman concept. That's Paul Heyman is good at doing that. He was doing that when he was over SmackDown, when he was the manager of SmackDown. But of course, they had the same people, but they rotated their opponents. That's how you keep the locker room happy. That's how you keep people invested. And that's how you don't let things stale out. You have to rotate people. So we're going to see some people that we ain't seen in a while, most likely probably in a bigger picture and things like that. So I am eager to see the new direction for AEW. Like I said, they be using these battle royals and different rampages and stuff like that to test out the waters with certain, like, okay, this works with this works. This works with this. Okay, we're going to use them soon. You have to keep it refreshed. You have to breathe. We're in the breathing season of AEW right now. So this is the breathing to start picking things up to get ready for, we still got Full Gear coming up, which is in November. And then after Full Gear, that's when we don't have until Revolution. Because he already confirmed that they're not going to add 12. He said he don't know where they came from. It's probably going to stay up to 6 pay-per-views of the year. Not no 12. He said he confirmed that. He said he don't know where anybody got that from. So keep it rotating. So don't be surprised we see some feuds that we've been wanting to see and stuff like that. So make sure, before I close out with this WrestleDream recap, make sure you guys follow my Twitter. Make sure you follow the Instagram. Make sure you follow Public Enemies. Keep the notification button. Hit the like and subscribe. Every Monday on live, 8 a.m., 9 Eastern time. I'm here. AEW, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you're not new, thank you for supporting me every week. I very, very appreciate it. But yeah, if you new, welcome to my crazy, my crazy stuff, just conversating with y'all, just giving y'all my feedback. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Make sure you tune in next month. Like I said, I'm having my AEW Awards, the nomination special show. I already have the nominations together, and I cannot wait to present it to you all. Y'all know that my timeline for my year of my awards is from All Out 2022 all the way to All Out 2023. That's my timeline, because that's when they always start stories, end stories. So that's what I use, that timeline. So if y'all be like, well, what happened to this? It's not in my year. All Out 2022, All Out 2023. That's my year. That's the nominations from that year. So I am very excited to share y'all my nominations for next month. So it will be next month. Make sure y'all tune in November 6th on my birthday week. AEW All Elite with Keeks nomination special show. So y'all do not want to miss that. The last year awards was funny. This year will be funny even more. And rightfully so, the nominations. It took me almost 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, 2 to 3 weeks. I was studying. I was looking at demo charts. I was just making sure, I'm really excited for this. I took my time on this one, y'all. Y'all will definitely be like, ooh, this hard. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Y'all gonna be like, anybody could get this one. But make sure y'all tune in next month. It's gonna be a party. Like I said, make sure y'all follow, like, and subscribe to Public Enemies Podcast. Make sure y'all like and subscribe this channel. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all have a good night. Be nice to, shout out to them boys. Be nice to Adam Copeland, okay? And if you are an Edge fan and you're going to start watching AEW, or, just like, okay, let me see what they doing. My key rules: don't do what the CM Punk fans was doing. They was expecting WWE out of AEW. Already have it in your mind that WWE and AEW is not the same, and AEW is the alternative, okay? What you're used to, you're not going to get. So get that out your mind now. Second, you have to be patient. Let it cook. Be patient. Third, don't say no outrageous shit, okay? Like, we could tell people came in 2021 that I always ran about. Okay, so make sure you just be patient. Be patient. It will go the way that you want it to go. Just be patient. Let the chefs cook. That's the one thing about AEW. You have to let the chefs cook. I've been here since 2019. The day ones, we've let the chef cook because we done been through the trenches in AEW, okay? We done been through some trenches. Let the chefs cook. Welcome, Adam Copeland fans from WWE, or if you're going to watch both, one is not like the other. Just get that out your mind. Get it out your mind, okay? But so y'all be safe. Y'all have a good night. You can play my Getaway music.
You've mentioned a couple names recently. Who were they?
Listen, man. They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
Thanks.
Yo. He's still alive.